Okay, so let's go ahead and try some hand tips while we're here. I'm sleepy, but I'll do my best. So, the first thing I'll say is, when you draw stuff, there's realism, stylization. So with hands, it's just like with anything else. If you know more about how they actually work in their anatomy, you'll be able to draw them both realistically and you'll be able to stylize them easier. You don't really have to think about it that deep every time, but that's just something to keep in mind. So, a lot of the time, I visualize when I draw hands, the palm first, and when I do that, I see it as a square or sort of rectangle shape. This is I'm gonna start you with a basic hand, and then show you some stuff from there. So, basic hand, palm, right? You're gonna look at your hand and hold it out in front of you. You would see that shape, and then from there, what I do is I draw sort of an arc, right? This is a guideline, so that you can tell where the fingers are gonna go. So you can sort of roughly know if this is my palm, the square, there's gonna be a little space where there's the wrist, and then there's the arm, right?
You lost Florida Medicare?
So the bones kind of, you don't have to get all detailed with the bones, but the basic shapes, square, a little bit of a bump, and then kind of extends. So, with that, you can take me back to my square, is about this big, and then that'll give you an idea of where your guide will be. So, basically, from this arc, I take 2 lines. This is rough, right? But it doesn't have to be perfect because you have to be. The point is, you're gonna get details later. You just want the shapes right now. Okay. It's okay. So what these lines are for is they give you a vague idea of where your knuckles might be. This third line is where the square ends. So, yeah, if you're drawing a hand that has 5 fingers, not everybody has 5 fingers, but if you are, you can kind of think, okay, this is my palm. If my palm is open, like say, if I'm looking at the inside or the outside, that changes what you're doing. I'm gonna draw from the top of the palm first, right? So I really just look at my hand to start it. This line with the square, you can extend it out to kind of get your first finger. The fingers are kind of sausage-y shaped, it's true. Usually, people's middle fingers are the longest finger, but everybody's different, right? So if you have one, you can kind of equitably space out where they're gonna go, and they're a little big in for the palm, so I gotta sort of scoot the bone structure down. So from my original square, I added some extra because, and I made it a bit bigger of a square, if that makes sense. And then, so I have a double jointed thumb, so it sticks out weird, but there's a little bit of a fleshy part where your knuckles would be, because this is also on your other side of your palm, where your pads and your hand are. So, yeah, you can take this muscle, it's kind of like your thumb muscle. You can think of it as like a sort of a weird oval, right, that goes on your square. I think it's better to do like a little bit of a longer square to start with, so that you don't have to change it, but it depends on how comfortable you are with the shapes, right? So one section for my thumb and then the other section for my thumb. And see, it hits kind of this part end, the end of the arc. So you can also use the thumb as a guide if you do the thumb first. I kind of pick based on which shape I like the most. Yeah, this, and this is where your knuckle would be. So I'm gonna lightly go on another layer so you can kind of see how this helps. So if I just kind of trace the line, since we're looking at the top of the palm, that means this thumb goes underneath, so that means for me this line will never go over this part. Most people have some sort of webbing right here, so depends on how thin or meaty your hand is. And this, the nail bed is sort of, it's not front, it's on the side, so it's not a full oval, but the nail bed, you can really just practice the shape. It's a bit of a, right? So if I just cut that in half, that's how I did here. Yeah, so I'm basically, it's almost a straight line. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. I've been meaning to do some tutorials and stuff too, but I've just been getting my stuff set up because I just built this computer. But yeah, I like being able to share tips with people and help. And afterwards, I might save the video of this and put it up on my YouTube or something so people can use it. But yeah, I'm so happy you say that. And if you draw anything with it, just, you can tag me in it. I want to see. Yeah, it's all about practicing and knowing specifically what you need to, like, what you need to practice. Like, because if you're just trying to do it without any guidance, it can be really hard. It just takes time. But yeah, so I just give a little wiggle around the guidelines to show what the knuckles would be. When I do the fingertips, I'm kind of thinking about what the nail bed looks like. You can just go straight around first and then put your nail on, right? So, you know, literally this is gonna be character building. Does your character have short nails? Does your character have a manicure? Right? I don't know. Does your character have like really bite their nails? So just little things. You can use details to make it look alive. So I think okay, that's not too bad. And then if you really want, you can kind of emphasize the knuckle a little bit, just so I would sort of take this off now because I don't really feel like it needs to be. Sorry. Well, this hand is kind of like, on my hand looks like, I have kind of skinny hands, right? So there's definitely other shapes, like some people have more like shorter hand like this, like that, right? So just continue with the fingers. So the tendons in your hand kind of like sit with the bones. So what I'm saying, I mean that is like down this way from each of your, kind of go like this, right? I mean that's bad, but if you flex your fingers, you'll see the move. Each one has one. So depending on how skinny the person is or what their hand is doing, like if it's flexing your fingers, you can highlight some of those to add shape. So I'm just continuing. I think this ring finger actually needs to be a bit spaced from the middle molar, so I'm gonna my pinky kind of curves out, so adding some character. Like I said, this part needed some more space, in my opinion, because this hand is kind of spread out. And then some nails. My nails are short right now, so I'm drawing short nails. Pinky nails are usually smaller. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. It's a good looking hand. I feel pretty good about it for doing it so quickly. And then I was like, what if it looks like poop? And then I'm just extending. So this part I'm gonna say what I'm doing now is just kind of going back in and adjusting the shapes where I think it would look better. I need the popping out of the wrist bone a little. And then my wrist is really skinny, so whatever. But this is just like, pretty much this, you can stop here and it looks pretty decent, but you could shake it to add like a lot of depth. And then, so it's, boom, that's pretty good. So I would say it looks like a little stiff because most people don't just hold their hands out like that, right? But it's not bad. It's not bad. So I think that looks pretty okay. But I think what it needs is a pinky and ring finger. Should be a little smaller to make the end to the left. So like, I guess that's what I'll try. Just duplicate it. And this is why it's good to try when you're learning, especially use pencil sometimes and sketch and make mistakes. So I'm just gonna like scoot it, I think. That looks a little better to me. They have it sort of looks like they're spread their hand, but I think that gives it some character. Okay, so there's our hand. Now this is basically the most basic way to draw a hand. it's like realistic. And then again, like I said, you can pull some of the tendons in and then add some skin and stuff. So yeah, that's a good place to start. Now the other thing is, so let's say I'm drawing a cheese ring, right? This is not a cheese ring. Let's say this is gonna be the complete opposite, right? Boom, it's a stick figure. You don't know about me, but you want to give that hand a high five? Nice. That must mean it's a pretty energetic hand. It's got a good vibe. Thanks. So, one hand I really like to draw is the anime hand. So, I think about the thumb and the pointer finger, and then I take the ring and middle finger and I draw them together, and then I draw the pinky, and then it's like basically a very easy anime hand. So like this is that rectangle, and then there's 1, 2, 3 joints I'm doing in the finger, and I just kind of change the way the line is to show the way the shapes are stacked, right? And then same with the thumb. And if I'm using the anime style, I could like add a little space, do my middle finger, my ring finger, and then for variation I make the pinky stand out. And then yeah, and then give it some weight. So I took the hand was kind of pulling this way, so I made the arm go this way, so that the hand sort of has a swoopy shape, right? Thanks. Yeah. And it's just practice. Something else cool I picked up from some old Disney animator, so that I was like reading about, say, so again, we're using the rectangle. You can actually, like when you're drawing the hand, you can actually keep the line in there if you want. So you can go like this and use, hold on, you do a little check mark sort of line, and you can use that as a guide for where your fingers are gonna be. So let's just, I'm YOLOing this fingers, they don't look as good, but you see what I'm saying? You can use that line as a guide instead, and really simplify.
Cucumbers on the experience more relaxation in spa burgers at hundreds of hotels from Sapphire Reserve. Chase, make more of what's yours. Learn more at chase.com.
And this is another example where you just use the line to show the shape, and that's cool because in some stylized drawings where you still want to look a little detailed, you can do that, and conveys all of the notion of a hand. Yeah, let's zoom out a little so you can see all of it. I would call this
Human services.
when I think of anything else, sometimes if you're really cartoony, you don't even have to do 5 fingers. You can make characters very expressive with just like a few fingers. Oh, oops, I did that wrong in my head. So, again, this is the outline of the square. See, 4 fingers, it still looks pretty good. The Simpsons only have 4 fingers. And that's a good example. And then finally, like an Adventure Time, they draw hands kind of like. So you can literally do that, and that's totally a great way to draw hands. And all I do is draw 2 skinny lines, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. And that's really fun too. She said, "Thank you for taking the time to show me how to draw hands." Of course, no problem. Give me 1 second. Thank you for coming, and I hope that I was able to help. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back now. Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to do that, and I really hope it helps you in your journey. Just let me know if there's anything else you ever want to learn. I was even thinking I could do like maybe once a week a tutorial night or something. Watching cats make water is definitely the highlight of my day. That's amazing. That video speaks to my soul, so I had to add it to this. It's the best bumper. Yeah, I'm gonna save this. Hands. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good session on hands. Oh, fun. Well, I can't stop yawning. Oh, I did this at the beginning of the stream. Maybe I'll now color it. And that's the last thing we'll do today, probably. We did a good job today. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming to my stream tonight. We'll be back at it again real soon. Yeah. Everybody have a good night.